Meghan does not deserve any help. Let's pretend to be deaf while listening to her podcast. Hello friends, and welcome to the hottest news of the day about the royal betrayal couple Harry and Meghan Markle on our Kate Middleton and the Queen News version 2 channel. Meghan Markle has advised people to seek help when needed when she is the most unworthy of it. In her final episode of the Spotify podcast Archetypes, Meghan Markle opened up about her mental health. The Duchess of Sussex spoke openly about how she sought out therapy when she was at her lowest moment to get treatment. She said that it wasn't until her husband, Prince Harry, gave her the recommendation. The Decoding of Crazy, the most recent Archetypes episode, involves conversations about the Duchess with American actress Constance Wu Deepika Padukone. It also included conversations with the comic Jenny Slate. The 55-minute episode focuses on the stigmas associated with women's mental health and the labels they receive when they speak out against them. When Harry secured a recommendation for her and she eventually connected with a therapist, Meghan, aged 41, recalled being at her lowest point at the time. Meghan responded after hearing Padukone's account of her own issues with mental health. You found the bravery to seek the care that you needed and the help that worked for you. She continued by telling her own tale. The moment I was finally connected to someone, I believe, was when I was at my lowest point. You see, my husband had found a referral for me to call, and I called this woman. She didn't know I was even calling. She was checking out at the grocery store, and I could hear the little bip, bip. So I said hello and introduced myself. And I could actually hear her asking, "Who is this?" hearing me cry. I need assistance and someone to hear the desperate situation I am in. However, I believe that it is important for every one of us to be completely honest about our needs and ask for help without hesitation. Meghan opened the broadcast by informing viewers, if you have ever heard the words crazy, hysterical, or nutty, raise your hand. Unsane, insane, and totally unreasonable. Okay? You see what I mean? Now I believe that would be quite simple to see if we were all in the same room and could see each other. How many of us are raising our hands now? I agree too. Meghan continued, when someone is referred to as insane or hysterical, their experience and feelings are entirely discounted. As a result, serious problems of all types are overlooked to the point that anyone who has been given the diagnosis repeatedly can be gaslighted into believing that they are truly ill. That won't be happening today, though. The Duchess mentioned that the Greek term for womb is hysteria, saying, actually, Plato was one of the Greek philosophers who held the view that the womb would move around the body, exerting pressure on other organs, resulting in erratic and unpredictable conduct. By the way, hysteria was a real medical diagnosis up until 1980, according to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Diseases, the book used to diagnose mental disorders. Hysteria and insanity are described as an illness of those with a uterus, that is, those who have emotions. It is a definition that a guy came up with. It is a concept created to stigmatize and restrict a certain experience. Hollywood actress Padukone discussed her personal problems with mental illness and how she came to be in a dark place. She went on to say, "You simply feel helpless. The sensation of hollowness, emptiness, and despair is there." She sought assistance after speaking with a family member who was also a psychotherapist and had founded the Live, Love, Laugh Foundation to support people dealing with mental health concerns. Constance Wu claimed she was afraid of being fired from fresh off the boat if she came up with sexual harassment claims. The unnamed producer on the show had repressed the actress, and she said that she had felt emotional as a result. The Duchess of Sussex was interviewed by the Hustlers and Crazy Rich Asians star for her podcast Archetypes, which debuted on Tuesday. She also shared with Meghan how she had attempted suicide after receiving criticism over a post. Wu, who debuted in Fresh Off the Boat in 2015, tweeted in 2019 when the United States TV network ABC renewed the series for a 6th season. She said, "So unhappy right now that I am actually weeping." She went on to say to Meghan, "People are unaware that during my first year on set, one of the producers harassed and intimidated me sexually. And I believe that a large part of the reason why my Twitter outbursts over the renewal of the program 3 years ago seemed so out of the ordinary was that I had been concealing the abuse I had experienced at the hands of a producer for several years, literally at the producer's hands. I was so afraid that I might lose my job if I made a mistake." Meghan Markle's sharing seems to be very honest, but extremely deceitful. One analyst analyzed and said, "There are two things that Meghan Markle needs to explain when giving her story. First, in the United Kingdom, you don't need a referral to see a therapist. Psychiatrists, yes, as they can prescribe medication, and that is the main difference between a psychologist and a psychiatrist. A referral to a psychiatrist is needed because of any medication that may be prescribed. Then secondly, unless Meghan were entirely out of it or at risk to herself or others, Harry would not be able to organize a referral on Meghan's behalf. Patient confidentiality and all of that. But if she was in that state, the first point of call is an ambulance and the police, if necessary, and this could lead to sectioning." In the real world, Meghan could pick up the phone with any therapist and get some help. Harry, William and Catherine have so many contacts in this field that they could get the best at short notice. According to reports, Harry contacted Bryony Gordon to visit Meghan for an interview and discussion at Meghan's worst point. Bryony Gordon, the reporter, campaigner for mental health issues, was there for the Fab Four event for the Royal Foundation before Harry and Meghan even got engaged. She also launched a podcast with Harry in April of 2017. In that podcast, Harry said, "Some of the best or the easiest people to speak to is a shrink or whoever, someone you've never met before. You just sit down with them and say, 'Listen, I don't actually need your advice. Can you just listen?' And you just let it all rip. I've done that a couple of times. More than a couple of times, actually." Heads Together, that Harry jointly launched, says, "There is always someone to turn to, and many of the Heads Together partners run confidential helplines and online services." So again, Meghan hit the cricket ball, but was caught leg before the wicket. She says that Harry found her a referral, but was it before or after she went to HR to ask for help? Are you wondering about the story that Meghan Markle is telling the media? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. We hope you have found this video helpful. Do not forget to leave a like, share and subscribe to the channel if you are enjoying it. Now thank you for watching this newsletter. Goodbye and see you in the next videos.